Hi young artists, it's me, Miss P. So Wednesday this week is St. Patrick's Day. So I thought we could do a sort of new take on a St. Patrick's Day project. Now, a lot of times when people want to preserve flowers and keep them nice and in the same shape so they can keep them for a long time, a lot of times they'll press them in books or between pieces of glass to get them nice and flattened. And then you can hang these in frames on the wall. So I thought we would do a little drawing like that. We have these flowers that I drew with clovers coming off of it, or just regular clovers in the frame. I used Sharpies, colored Sharpies, crayon, and watercolor for this project. Yeah, that's it. You won't need colored Sharpies if you don't have them, so don't worry about that. Really, you never need Sharpies for projects. I just like using them to make everything nice and clear on camera. Expectations for this project are pretty simple. I would like you to have at least 2 frames, and I would like you to put clovers and flowers in those frames. I think that's just about it. I don't have a ton of expectations for this video. So, let's get to it. All right, let's begin. I'm starting by drawing some rectangles on my paper. These are going to become the frames that we put our little clover flowers in later. Give adequate space or enough space in between these rectangles that you draw so that you can do a decorative frame on the outside if you would like. You can see I do diagonal lines from the corners of my rectangles, and those are where I'm going to draw the frames. So I just draw a line that connects to that next diagonal line. Do that again, and again until I have a nice kind of swirly frame. Then I did a sort of upward pointing arrow sort of shape, and that is the string or whatever it may be to hold up your frame. I'm doing this one with a fun zigzag line, the same thing where I do a line and connect it from one diagonal line to the next diagonal line. The extra detail is not something you need to do in this project. As always, you never need to copy exactly what I'm doing on this piece of paper. You're welcome to do your own kind of frames. If you have other ideas for your frames, do whatever sort of frames you like, or they can just be regular frames. It's totally up to you. See me grab a green Sharpie. You don't need a green Sharpie for this project, but if you have one, that's cool. I end up coloring over this in crayon anyway, so it's not super important. Drawing these clovers is pretty simple. I just draw a line, and then I do some loops, sort of like if I were making flowers, but I did some 4-leaf clovers and then a 3-leaf clover. I'm doing more clovers on the side of a flower. The way I'm going to make this flower is I'm going to just do a circle, and then I'm going to put a bunch of scallops in it, almost like I was doing scales for a fish or something like that. Again, I use a pink Sharpie here, but I end up going over it in crayon, so you really don't need a pink Sharpie. Alright, so this next part is definitely a Sharpie you do not need. This is the whole reason I said that none of you really needed to use Sharpies for this project, because I'm going to guess that none of you have colored thin tip Sharpies like this. So I go over this one in crayon as well. So really all the flowers can just be drawn in crayon. There's no real need for colored Sharpies here. Alright, now I'm picking up this blue crayon and I wanted to do a little bit of blue over the glass to sort of make it known that it's glass, but then I realized I need to color in the things I want to color in. So if you want to do this part where you give the glass a light coloring with blue, I would do that towards the end because there were some things I changed and it was harder to change those things after I had already drawn that blue on. So I just wanted to tell you that I make mistakes in these projects too. You just gotta keep going. I have a bunch of different brown crayons, so I'm using those brown crayons to color in my frames. I divided some of my frames up into little sections, which makes them kind of fun to color because you can throw in different colors in there. So I'm going to take a while coloring those in and switching out my brown crayons for slightly different colors of brown so I can make my frames a little bit more exciting. Okay, now I'm pulling out my watercolor. I did this in red and I didn't love how it came out in the end. I just wish I did some patterns on the wall or something like that, or maybe did a different color, or did it in crayon. It's up to you. If you like the way the red looks, then I invite you to do it, but it could also be done in crayon, or you could do some stripes on the wall or something like that. I feel like that would look nice. If you want to make it orange or yellow or blue or whatever color you really want to make it, you can. Okay, you can see in this next section that I went over my initial purple Sharpie with just a regular tipped purple Sharpie, but then again, you don't really need Sharpies for this. I'm going over my shamrocks or clovers with a crayon just to make sure they're nice and bright, and I think I'm going to go over that pink flower again too. All right, I'm just about to the end here. I'm feeling a little bit better about my final piece. I hope you enjoy this project. I will talk to all of you very soon. Bye-bye.